we read the Ekashloki Bhagavatam. Ādau Devaki Devi Garbhajananam Gopi Grihe Vardhanam Maya Putana Jivita Baharanam Govardhanodharanam Kamsachedana Kauravadihananam Kundi Sudapalanam Etat Bhagavatam Purana Katitam Sri Krishna Leelamritam Sri Krishna Leelamritam. Now, after some time, Yudhishthira's rule, Uttara gave birth to Parikshit. Yudhishthira wanted to know the future of the child. So he called some Brahmanas, asked them, please tell us what this boy going to be. So they all said, he is a very rare child. So, the child had the darshan of Bhagavan in the womb itself. So, he is not an ordinary child. So, one name he has Vishnu Rata, the one who protected by Vishnu. That is one name. Another is Parikshit. Parikshit means what? When he came out of the womb, he used to keep on looking at everybody. Pariksha. Why? Because he wanted to know, the whom I saw in the womb, is this person? So he wanted to check. So that's why he got this name Parikshit. Now Parikshit virtues are narrated here. Number one virtue, in protecting his subject, he will be like King Ikshwaku. Number two, in reverence to holy men, he will be like Rama. In charities, he will be like Shibi. Shibi was very famous in charity. In enhancing the glory of Bharat, he will be like Bharata. He will be equal to both Arjuna and Sahasrarjuna in the field of archery. He will be better than his own grandfather, that is Arjuna. Then in valor, he will be like lion, a lordliness like Himalayas, patience like earth, and love and compassion like one's own parent. Then like Brahma, he will be impartial to all. In giving boons and blessing to all, he will be like Maheshwara. Affording protection to all, he will be like Mahavishnu. In being the focus of virtues, he will be like Sri Krishna. He will be liberal like Randideva, and in righteousness, Yayati. All these stories we'll be seeing, okay? In firmness and courage, like Mahabali. And in devotion to Krishna, he will be like Prahlada. He will perform many Ashwamedha yagas. He will father sons like Janamejaya. Now, for the sake of this earth, he will even arrest Kali. Now, after listening to all these good qualities of Parikshit, Yudhishthira was concerned. Yudhishthira asked, everything you are telling good, 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 good. Now, is there anything bad? Something must be there. Cannot be that perfect. They said, there is one thing. He will be cursed by a Rishiputra and he will be bitten by Takshaka and die in 7 days after the curse. But he will be blessed by Shuka Maharshi and all other great saints. Ultimately, he will attain mukti. Now, Parikshit is the best student of Bhagavat. His family was devoted to the Lord. He was saved by Lord himself. So that's why he got the name Vishnu Rata. Now, what happened? This Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, both were living in the palace of Pandavas. Now it is Pandavas. So, Vidurji, after his Tirthadan, so when the war was declared, Vidurji said, I am not getting into this war, I am going for a pilgrimage. So he went around and we saw he is going to, during that travel also he met Uddhavji, etc. That story will come. So he came back to Hastinapura and he saw the condition of, so Vidurji met Uddhavji after the departure of Lord Krishna from the earth. Uddhavji sent Vidurji to Maitreya Rishi. Vidurji asked 100 questions. When he got answers for 60% of his question, he got up and went. He said, the purpose of my question is already resolved. Avapta vivitsidaha. Whatever one should know is known. Vidurji is none other than Dharmaraj. Dharmaraja. So there is a story behind it, why Dharmaraja was cursed to be a human being. There was a Mandava Rishi. He was doing tapas in the forest. And one day a Raja camped there in the forest for hunting. A thief looted his wealth and ran away. Immediately the soldiers were alert. They ran after him. And the thief thought that he cannot escape from the soldiers. So he saw an ashram. He entered there. Luckily for him, the Rishi was not, he was in meditation. So he didn't know. So what he did was, he put the loot in front of the Rishi who was meditating and ran away. And the soldiers came after that. He saw the loot in front of the Rishi who is meditating. They thought that the Rishi is the thief. And they reported the matter to the king. The king, without thinking, he said, those days, punishment was crucifixion. Like putting him on the spear. That was the punishment. So the Rishi was kept on the spear by the soldiers, and he was still in meditation. He was in samadhi. And after 3 days, the soldiers came to pick up the dead body, thinking that he must have died. But actually, to their surprise, the Rishi was not dead. They removed him from the spear. He walked. And this king, when the king came to know, he was so apologetic. He went to prostrate to him, apologized to him, but the Rishi did not bother about it. He just straightaway went to Yamraj and asked, see, 3 days and night you put me on the spear. What Papa I have done? Tell me. Then Yamaraj was also worried. He immediately consulted his Chitragupta, find out the record. When the record was brought in front of him, he said, this is the reason. What? When you are a child, you used to put this with the needle, you have to put the worms. You have to poke the worms with the needle. That is why. Then the Rishi got really angry. I was innocent. I didn't know what I was doing it. And for this you have given me this punishment. It is unfair. So you become a Dasiputra. Become a human being. There. So with that curse only Yamaraj became Vidurji. Then somebody asked me, suppose Vidurji left the Yamaraj job, then who would have looked after that job, etc. So maybe his Amsha, his partial Amsha became the Dharma, our Vidurji. Maybe that's possible. Anyway, he was Vidurji, none other than Dharmaraj, cursed by Mandava Rishi. Now, this Vidurji came back to Hastinapura, met all of them. Seeing Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, he took pity of them and he said, what are you doing here? Don't you know that you are living on somebody's, what you call pity. The way Bhima give you food, have you noticed? Thank God you are blind, you don't know. He's just throwing food in front of you like you giving to the dogs food, like that, with so much of avatnya. He is giving you food, don't you know? You are still have this, interest in life. You have not everything. Why don't you quit this? He said, we are blind, where will we go? We are dependent upon people. He said, nothing doing, you come with me. So overnight, Vidurji took both Gandhari and Dhritarashtra and took them to his ashram in the Himalayas. And this Dhritarashtra, with the help of Vidurjis, they became great saints, meditated upon Bhagavan, and Dhritarashtra attained mukti. Even Dhritarashtra attained mukti. Think about it. Gandhari also followed the same footprints of this Dhritarashtra. And overnight they disappeared. Yudhishthira came and saw, this Dhritarashtra is not there. So he felt very miserable. These old people, blind, where would they have gone? Have I done anything wrong? Yes. So they were angry with me, that is why they left. Like that he was thinking. At that time Naraji came and consoled him. Don't worry, they have been taken by Vidurji. So they are in good hands. Don't worry about them. So console them. And then, so that chapter is closed there. So that story is also, Dhritarashtra also. It is a relief that even Dhritarashtra also attained mukti. Now comes this Arjuna, who came back from, so after Bhagavan's departure from this world, Arjuna, along with the ladies of Dwaraka, because the Taruka who was the charioteer of Bhagwan, he was told that go back to Dwarka and tell Arjuna to take all the ladies to go to Hastinapura. And Arjuna took all of them. On the way, he was defeated by ordinary the dacoits there. So he was really surprised that Arjuna, who was hero in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and such a hero was defeated by ordinary dacoits. He was very surprised. Then he realized all the power that he enjoyed, all the glory that he enjoyed was none other than Bhagavan's blessings. So long as he was with me, I was glorious. The moment he left, we have been cheated. So he came and reported that matter to Yudhishthira. We have been cheated by the Lord because we thought that it was our glory, but actually it was his glory. He realized it. After hearing the Lord's departure, the sad news, the Pandavas had no desire to live in this world. They coronated Parikshit and went towards the Himalayas, and one by one attained Surga. So that is a Surgarohana Parva there in Mahabharata, or the details are given. Now it is briefly given here, so therefore not much of details are there, except that this Arjuna's detailed description about how he was cheated by the Lord. He thought it was his power, his greatness, his ability, but actually it was nothing but Bhagavan's grace. So all those stories he remembered and he narrated that to Yudhishthira. Then Parikshit was coronated, and now Parikshit married Iravati, the daughter of his uncle Uttara, and had by her 4 sons, the eldest of whom was Janamejaya. This Janamejaya was the one who listened to Mahabharata from Vaishampayana Rishi. Once in the course of his tour came across a evil Kali. When Parikshit heard that the evil Kali has entered his kingdom, he took up arm and confronted him. He saw a startling scene in front of him. Dharma appeared as a bull, asked the Mother Earth in the form of a cow. This bull was asking the cow, "Are you grieving because I am deprived of my 3 legs?" The bull was standing precariously on one leg. "Or are you grief-stricken because of the disappearance of Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, from the earth?" Mother Earth said, "I am grieving for all that you say. I grieve for those people who are under the grip of Kali." While Dharma and Mother Earth were thus conversing, the Rajarshi Parikshit reached the banks of the east-flowing river Saraswati at Kurukshetra. There he found this bull and cow apparently tortured by a Shudra who had put on the insignia of a man of the royal king and held a staff in hand. Raja Parikshit saw this. Parikshit thundered, saying, "In this land protected by me, how dare you bully or dare to persecute the weak and helpless people? You are a villain who deserve to die. Then he consoled the bull and the cow, and he asked, who is torturing you? Who put you into this condition? But Dharma, in the form of bull, said, we cannot say who is the cause for our suffering. Some say it is time, some say it is karma, and some say it is Lord Himself. So it is the rule of Dharma is that if you blame somebody for your problem, then what happens? That itself becomes a sin. So it is against Dharma to blame somebody for your problem. So Dharmaraj is not blaming that this person, this Kali is the one who torturing me. He didn't say that. He says, it is my prarabdha. It is my time. It is my, you cannot say who is the cause. So Parikshit understood that the bull is none other than Dharmaraj, who lost now his 3 legs, which stands for tapas, shaucham, daya, satyam. These are the 4 legs of dharma. Tapas, shaucham, daya, satyam. All the 3 are gone. Tapas, shaucham, daya, all the 3 are gone. Only satyam remains. Still some satyam is there in Kali Yuga also. So Parikshit drew his sword to punish Kali. Kali gave up immediately he understood, Kali understood, this Raja is very powerful, I will be killed. So what he did was, he gave up all his royal makeup and fell at the feet of Parikshit, trembling all the while with the fear of death, and said, please save me, please save me. Now, king cannot kill him, because he sought shelter under the king. Once it is surrendered, you cannot kill him. That is the rule. But Parikshit said, you are banished from my kingdom. Go elsewhere. But Kali said, O Lord, wherever I go, you stand there with sword in hand. I have no place to go. Therefore, it is appropriate for you to specify the place where I can dwell. So Parikshit thought for a while and gave him 4 places to stay. One is Dyutam. Dyutam means gambling. Las Vegas, Atlantic City. These are the places. Kali. Panam, drinking alcohol, clubs, alcohol. Striyaha. Striyaha means prostitution, passion, lust. Then Suna means slaughter. Slaughterhouse means cruelty. Mean deceit, pride, passion and cruelty. These are the 4 places. Then Kali said, no, this is only 4. I need one more place. You want a 5th place. So Parikshit thought for a while and said, okay, the 5th one is gold as the 5th. Gold is the one that makes you inimical, greed. So Parikshit saw in Kali something good. If you have Punya Sankalpa, it will fructify immediately. In Kali Yuga, if you think of something good, what happens? That you don't have to do it. Thinking about it, you will get good result. But if you think of doing something papa, thinking is okay, no problem. But unless it is followed by action, you will not be punished. So, and only by Namasmaran one can attain mukti in Kali. Now, this is the good quality of Kali. So that is why Parikshit left him alive. Now, after a long time, once the king Parikshit went hunting in the forest. He was hungry and thirsty. searching for food and water, he went to an ashram of sage Samika Rishi. The sage was in meditation. The thirsty king approached him and asked for water. And the Rishi, being in meditation, he did not respond. Now he thought, the king, because of his hunger and thirst, he thought that the Rishi is pretending. You know, the reason why he thought that. It is said that day he wore the crown. The crown which is all gold. So, gold Kali is sitting. That also the crown that was worn by Jarasandha. So, Jarasandha was killed by Bhima, and that crown was taken and preserved in the Yudhishthira's palace. So that one was there sitting. So many crowns were there. So that day he happened to wear that. And naturally that influence came. That is why he thought that way, it seems. So he was wearing the crown which is gold. Kali influenced the king. Then what he did was, before leaving, he wanted to punish the Rishi. He looked around, he saw a dead snake lying down there with a bow in his hand. He lifted it, put it on the neck of the Rishi to see whether he is really doing meditation or not. So, and he should have waited there for the reaction. He did not wait, he went away. The sage had a young son of great spiritual glory. When he heard his father was humiliated by the king, the boy became furious and taking water in his hand, uttered a curse. On the 7th day from now, the serpent Takshaka shall, as directed by me, bite this fellow, the persecutor of my father. Then went to his father. After cursing the Raja, he went to the father and started crying in front of him. And look at this. When the Raja came and called up for his water, this thing, at that time the sadhu was in meditation. He never got up. When the child cried, he got up. See, some weakness is always there, you see. So, hearing the cry of his son, the Rishi got up from his samadhi and inquired what happened. Seeing the dead snake he saw on his neck, he took it and threw it away. He didn't bother about it. Then the boy reported to him all that had happened. Having heard everything, the sage did not congratulate the boy. Alas, O foolish boy, what a foolish boy you are. You have committed a great sin. For a minor offense, you have inflicted a major punishment. Because of his protection alone, we are able to live in this jungle freely. He is a great king, a noble king. I don't know, for some reason he must have behaved this way. For that, you don't have to punish him. This much. Now the best thing is to inform the king of this curse as soon as possible. Now here in the meantime, the king came back to the palace, removed the crown, and when he put it down, he suddenly realized, what did I do? I insulted a great saint who was meditating. And the king now began to repent of that heinous act he had done and thought, alas, I have committed an unpardonable sin. See, think about this. See, you make a mistake, we try to justify, isn't it? But here he did not destroy. That is the greatness of Mahatmas. They won't justify. They accept their sin. And then he said, I have committed an unpardonable sin. O Lord, give me punishment so severe that I will never commit such mistakes. He said, punish me for it. What we will say, Bhagavan, just forgive this one. Next time I will not do it. Not like that. He said, punish me for it. So as he was thinking, a messenger brought the news of the curse of the Rishiputra. He did not question the punishment. He accepted it gladly. He said, this is very good. I deserve it. He did not say, why such a capital punishment? He did not complain. Now immediately making his first son, Chinmaya, as the king, he renounced the kingdom and repaired to the banks of the Ganga and decided to fast. Now hearing the news spread very fast, and so where Raja was residing, there near the banks of Ganga, so they are all kings, they must be having palaces. So there some, like a winter palace, summer palace and all that. You people have, this. Florida, 6 months you go, 6 months here, like that. Kadar Masam, like that. You have that. So the same way, Parishth also must be having some place there. So he retired there and he was sitting there at that time, hearing the news. All Mahatmas came there. Atri, Vasishta, Chavana, Bhrigu, Angiras, Parashara, Vishwamitra, Parashurama, Devala, Bharadwaja, Pippalada, Maitreya, Agastya, Dvaipayana, Krishna Dvaipayana means Vyasa Bhagavan, Narada himself, and many other assembled to bless the king. King respectfully received them all, and when they all sat, he welcomed them and thanked them and requested them to recite the sacred story of Lord Krishna. The Rishi said, we shall stay with you till you attain mukti. Then Parishit asked a question. I would like to know, what should a person do when he is about to die? Now, before they answered that question, at that time, Shuka Maharshi entered the assembly of sages. His power was such that all the elderly sages got up, including his father, Vyasa. That was the greatness of Shuka Maharshi. Raja got up and received Shuka Bhagavan and worshipped him. Raja knew that a sage like Shuka Maharshi will not stay in one place more than certain time. So he should not waste time asking unnecessary pleasantries, how are you and all that kind of thing. He just straight away said, what is the most important duty of a man faced with death? Questioned this way, that enlightened Bhagavan, Shuka Bhagavan, started speaking. With that, the first chapter is over. Prathama Skanda is over. So this is called Adhikari Grantha. Adhikari means qualified student. So, who is a qualified student? Parikshit. To learn Bhagavatam. Now we come to Ditiya Skanda. Sukamarshi first congratulated Parikshit, asking such a wonderful question, because it is beneficial to the whole world. This is called Sadhana Skanda, small section but considered very important canto. The second canto is called Sadhana. Say, in 1 week there are 7 days, isn't it? So, what is that one should do who is about to die in 7 days? So, everybody dies in 7 days only. It is not applicable only to Parikshit, because any day we die in one of the weekdays only, isn't it? Either Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, like that. So, which day is 7th, we don't know. It depends from where you count. So, without thinking about the purpose for which we have come to this world, we indulge in sense pleasures, and when the time of death comes, get perturbed and agitated and fearful. What is to be done is dedicate our life to serve the Lord, sing His glories, and one should analyze what is this life and wish that at the end we will remember the Lord. Ante Narayana Smriti. You are asking what one should do before dying. Now, in one line, Sukamarshi is giving the answer. Etavan Sangha Yogabhyam Sudharma Parinistaya Janmalabha Parapumsam Ante Narayana Smriti. For all spiritual aspirants, whether they are following the path of Jnana, Sankhya Yogabhyam means Jnana Yoga, or Sudharma Parinistaya or Karma Yoga, the ultimate object is the attainment of a birth entirely devoted to the Lord and ending with full remembrance of Him. Ante Narayana Smriti. At the time of departure, one should be able to remember the Lord. That is the bottom line. And Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha, Bhagavan said in Gita. We must find time to worship the Lord, but we find time for everything else, even for dog, but not for God. See? So that is our condition now. But dog, it wakes you up in the morning, you take it for a ride, running. First you take the dog for a walk, then afterward dog take you for a walk. That's how it is. Now, how can we practice? So this is instructions are given by Sukamarshi himself. Jitasana jidaswasaha jitasango jidendriyaha sthule bhagavato rupe manas sandharayedhiya. So this is the instruction Bhagavan gives here. How can we practice? First Adhikari, then sadhana to be practiced. 3 levels of meditations is given here. One is Virat Rupa, then Eka Rupa Dhyanam, then Nirguna Upasana. First Virat Rupa Upasana. Jitasanaha, Jitashwasaha, Jitasantaha, Sangaha, Jitendriyaha. Jitasana means Sukha Asanam. One should be able to sit in one posture at least for 45 minutes without movement. Control of breath. That mind has to be controlled along with senses. Mind should be withdrawn from all the meanderings of the world. Then imagine the Lord is this whole universe. So Virat Rupa. Then he gives a description of Virat Rupa of Bhagavan. Patala is his feet. Heels and the upper part of the feet is Rasatala. Mahatala is the ankle and Talatala his foreleg. The two knees, Sutala. Two thighs, Vitala Atala. His hips is Bhuloka or the earth. And his deep navel is sky. His chest is Surga. Neck is Maharloka. Janaloka is his face. Tapoloka is his forehead. Satyaloka or Brahmaloka is his head. Sun and the moons are his pair of eyes. Dharma is his front. Adharma is his back. All the trees are his hair on the body. The clouds you see is his hair, smile. Smile is Maya. Bhagavan's smile is called Maya. 5 elements, sun and the moon and all jivas put together is this Virat Swarupa Bhagavan. So 7 up, 7 down. So 14 lokas. Now how to meditate upon Virat Swarupa? It's called total vision. So when you live in India, live like an Indian, you see. But you say, I am a South Indian, I am a North Indian, I am a Maharashtrian, etc. I am from Kerala, ityadi. I am a part of my country. So my littleness will not go away. Even after coming here also we maintain that, isn't it? That's why so many groups are there, within groups. Between the, even Malayalis also, there are so many Malayali organizations are there. Tamil also, there is so many. Tamil Sangam. Andhra, there are so many divisions are there. Kannada Kuta, and Maratha Mandal, all those things. Everybody is separate. So one man lived in Maharashtra, but he did not know Marathi. So one Maharashtrian asked him, do you know Marathi? He said, no. You lived here so many years but still don't know Marathi, then you have no right to live here. Get out from here. But the person asked, do you know Hindi? He said, no, I don't know. Then you have no right to live in this country, he said. Because Hindi is our national language. Our oneness with the totality, the whole cosmos as one, and I am part of it. That's why we have this Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the whole cosmos as one, and I am part of it. We exclude ourselves and identify with small. Then our mind becomes narrow. But identify with the total mind, then our mind expands and becomes subtler. Then your mind is able to appreciate that Satchidananda Sarupa Atma, who is the very self of ours. Once you are established in that, you will never fall down from your glory. Otherwise, attached to small things, you will fall down, you become small. Now, if one say, I cannot think of Virat Roop, then take up one form of the Lord, Eka Rupa Dhyanam. Lord Vishnu, Lord Ganesha, Lord Shiva, Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, either you keep a picture of your Ishtadevata or idol in front and start fixing your gaze from toe to the head, Keshadipadam, and absorb his form and close your eyes and see the same form in your mind. And then meditate. Now, how long I have to do meditation? You go on doing until your mind is lifted and fixed in the Lord. Yavanna jayeta paravaresmin vishveshware drashtati bhakti yogaha. Like how long you should take medicine? Until you become well. Same way, how long you should meditate? Until that form becomes firm. At the moment you close your eyes, that form should become clear in your mind. Until then. Now, when should I start? Start now. So there is a joke, Somebody said there is no happiness like taking a cold bath in the early hours and go for a 4-mile walk and then coming back, sit down for a nice cup of coffee with the breakfast. Since when you are doing this? He said, since 2 years I have been thinking about it. No, do it now. Don't waste time. Go at your own pace, doesn't matter, but start. 1,000-mile journey begins with the first step. Take the first step. There is no other auspicious path than living in the remembrance of God. Therefore, what is worth listening? Worshipping is the glory of Lord. The answer is given, but Shukadev's love for Parishit made him stay and say more. He understood that not everybody wants moksha. Suppose I tell you, close your eyes, I will give you moksha to everybody. How many of you will be ready? Wait, Swamiji, I have a lot of other things. Sukamaharshi knew this. So, if some are interested in material gains, whom to be worshipped is also given here. For Brahmavarchas, worship Brahmaji. For power of senses, Indra Devata you worship. How to worship? You consult a priest, they will tell you. Then for progeny, Prajapatis. For wealth, Sri Devi or Vasus. For brilliance, Agni. For power, Rudras. For food, Atiti. For kingdom, Vishvedevas. For popularity, Sadhyas. For longevity, Ashwini Devas. For strength of body, Bhumi Devi. For beauty, Gandharvas. For women, Apsaras, Urvashi. So sovereignty over all, Brahmaji. For fame, Vishnu. For learning, Parameshwara. For happy married life, Uma, Parvati. But those who have no desire worship the Supreme Being who transcends all nature. But desire or no desire, you should worship the Supreme Lord. Now the answer is given and the matter is over actually. Now at this time, Shaunaka asked this question, then what happened? So, because we want to hear the glories of the Lord, as in our Shastras it is said, he whose ears the Lord's name has not entered, He is only a man in form, but in fact only an animal. His ear holds one fit, it is fit for snake only. His tongue like the tongue of a frog. So we want to know more about the conversation between Sukamarshi and Parikshit because Sukamarshi did not go as he liked Parikshit. Sukamarshi said, remember the Lord, but take a Japamala and remember the name, it is difficult. So Raja thought the best way to keep the mind on Lord, of remembering the Lord Narayana is ask question about the Lord. When you listen to the stories of Lord, mind is engaged and remember Him continuously. Question. So Parikshit asked, question, how does He create this world? Which topic is mind-boggling? So many theories are there. What is the real story? What is His powers? How does He sustain and dissolve it? How does the gunas come about at once or gradually? I want to know all these from you. You know the truth directly. Now the answer is, he starts with Narayana Smaran. Whole chapter is on remembrance of Lord. The whole chapter is Narayana Smriti. May He inspire my speech to narrate His story. Shukadevji said, similar question was asked by Narada to Brahmaji. Now there is a reason for it. In Bhagavatam you will see, somebody will ask a question, you don't get a direct answer. They will say, similar question was asked by another person. And this is very beautiful. Every questioner thinks that his question is the original one. This is my question. Answering also someone already answered. So, no ego for the person who is answering, the person who is listening. Humility is also expressed here. So Narada asked a beautiful question. These days, so many stress management seminars are going on, isn't it? But the organizers are stressed out. It's stress management. So organizers, the person who is giving the stress management course, he's also stressed out. Isn't it? So, what is the stress without success? So, it is a stress without success. Now, Narada's question is, Brahmaji is always busy with creation. 3 shifts is running. But he is not tired or stressed. Or he doesn't want to chill out also. Or get tempted by the wonderful creation, whatever he created. Wonder of wonder is that he is meditating also. On whom? We thought he is the Lord, but he himself is meditating. On whom? Narada said, I thought you are everything, but what is the stratum upon which you are established? You also have a boss. Brahmaji said, you asked me a very good question. Supreme truth when functioned through Maya is Ishvara. That Lord delegates some job to particular person. He is called the presiding deity of that particular department. One Brahmanda consists of 14 worlds. For that, one Brahmaji and one Vishnu, one Shiva. How many Brahmandas are there? Countless Brahmandas are there. Say, one sun, there is a solar system. Now, every star that you see on the sky is equal to sometimes more than the sun. Think about it. Every star has got a system, like solar system. So how many Brahmandas are there? How many Brahmandas are there? Countless. The one who is the cause of all is the Lord Brahman, Narayana. Now Brahmaji said something beautiful, good for all. Na bharati mengam rishopalaksyate na vai kujinme manaso mrishagatihi na me rishikani patantya satpathe yanme hrida utkanthyavata dhruto harihi. Because I behold Sri Hari in my heart with intensity of devotion, therefore my words never prove untrue. My mind never takes a wrong turn, and my senses are never attracted to evil way. This is the real solution for all stresses. Somebody asks, what is the difference between in-laws and outlaws? Outlaws are wanted. In-laws are not wanted. There is one Lord who is Hari, who is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, under whose instruction and control Brahmaji said, I function as Srishtikarta. That Lord alone I meditate. Now you ask me, where did I get my knowledge? He is the source of all knowledge. Then the whole Bhagavatam is given in brief. The knowledge was given to me by the Lord. You now teach this to others. You elucidate it with the help of your imaginative power in a way that will generate devotion in the mind of men for Sri Hari, who is the soul and support of all. Thus Brahmaji instruct Narada. There is only one purpose for teaching. That is, the sankalpa must be how that love for God could be generated in the heart of people. This way, one should think, and with that intention, one should narrate the story. Such a person will not get trapped in the Lord's Maya. So the instruction by Brahmaji to Narada was, Kenapi margena manakrishne nivedayed. Now Raja Parishit got a chance. The whole chapter is full of questions. I will read the question for you, then leave you. First he asked one question, okay? And then two more. And now he found Shukadeva sitting comfortably. So he asked more. So Jnana Parampara, I told you, Narayana gave this knowledge to Brahmaji, Brahmaji to Narada, and Narada to Vyasa, Vyasa elaborated and gave it to Shukadev, and Shukadev gave it to Parishit. Among all Shrotas, Parishit is the greatest Shrota, and Shukadev is the greatest teacher. Because both of them did for the love of Lord alone. And there ends the matter. Raja, after 7 days, merged with the Lord. Shukadev also went away, not even waited to see the last moment of Parishit. All others, after gaining the knowledge, engaged themselves in so many things. But all the questions are answered by someone or another, by Vyasacharya. Now the questions are, number one, Atman is without body, and how does it then come to have a body? How time is created? What is the difference between Supreme Being and Jivas? What realms one can attain through karma, gati of Jivas? What is the internal dimension of Brahmanda, vastness of this creation? It comes in 5th canto. Describe about Bhagavan's avatara, stories of bhaktas, varnashrama dharmas. What are the common duties of men, kings and sages? How many elements are there? What are their nature? What are the different kinds of yoga? Virat Purusha appears as this world, and then you say this world is inert. What is this Adhyatmic yoga? Different powers. How do the yogis merge in Brahman? What are the different siddhis one can attain? How many Vedas, Upavedas, Puranas, etc. are there? How the Jiva got himself into bondage, and how can he get out of it? Now, Parikshit feel that whatever asked, and if I have not asked, that also you answer me. Sugamarshi asked, are you not tired? Parikshit said, other than the curse of the Rishiputra, see, Rishiputra has given me 7 days time to live. Whether I eat or drink or sleep, it doesn't matter. I am not going to die 7 days. So why should I waste time for drinking, eating? Let me drink the nectar of that Bhagavan Katha. So let us drink the nectar of the stories of Bhagavan Hari. Now with that, now Sukadeva is going to answer this question. We shall see that after the break. So it is 1 o'clock, right? Okay. Come back. I'll give you the answer.